Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. We're just going to have a fun little ace tanker in the odd tank M48 RPZ, the Rahmenpanzer. The Rahmenpanzer. This is a German tier 8 medium tank. Probably should be a heavy tank. These are odd, the Patton Pershing thing. Kind of being mediums in the game, but sort of being heavies, really ish kind of deal. Also on the edge of being MBTs and all that good stuff. This one happens to be a medium in the game, and it's not very medium-esque. It's not very heavy-esque. It's a strange bird, guys. It really is. It is a duck of another feather. We've got a bulldozer situation. What it really is, my understanding is, it was a German ad hoc engineering vehicle. So they added the bulldozer to the front of it. I don't think it even had a gun on it in reality, but in the game it's got one on it. Little 280, I think. Yeah, 280. So it was recently buffed. I think it started as a 240 alpha back in the day. The tank itself was recently buffed. I'm not going to tell you it's amazing, but it's certainly better than it was. And I don't hate it. It's not terrible, but it's not particularly great either. It's not very medium-like. It's very stately in its ability to get around the map, which means it's slow as heck. So as you can see, what I've got is Vertstab, or a rammer, and a turbo, kind of the combat setup. I have unlocked a second setup, and that is a vision setup. Honestly, I was away from the computer when this one started because I had to run and do something. And when I got back, it was about here, and I didn't have time to pick my vision setup. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I probably needed the combat ability really more than the vision. But typically, if I'm bottom tier medium with 10s like I am in this map on this match, I will generally take the vision setup just to kind of add a little bit. Because you can see my crew's not terrible, but you can see that vision-wise, I'm lacking a bit. I don't even have maximum vision on this thing. Terrible. All right. El Haluf, we're spawned to the north. Let's take a quick look. I'm going to try to add this into most of my videos now because I think it's interesting. El Haluf, which is the map we're on. Let's get my mouse control under control. Right here. And this is on NA in the last 3 days, taken off of tomato.gg. So it's not all the data, but it's a significant amount. We have 41,000 battles played, and we're sitting, and I believe we're spawn 1 in the north right there. Yep, spawn 1. 49.83. So this looks like a relatively even map, although we do have the advantage by a couple percentage, or just under 2% right there. On NA, or EU, sorry, El Haluf is here, and it's sitting very similar. So these are very similar numbers, and I'll buy that. It sounds like a decently matched map, and I think so too. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. But I believe that it's not particularly my favorite map, but I find it to be fairly even. I don't feel like whichever side I spawn in on that I have a disadvantage. But let me know what you think, if there's one side or another that you like and what you like about it. Generally, I will fight over in the big brawl area up in the northwest, whether I'm in a medium or a heavy or a TD. I might not take a glass TD there. There is some goofing around down in the south. Excuse me, if I have a light tank or maybe a fast, thinly skinned medium. But for this one, I'm going to go be the annoying medium tank. All right, here we go. We'll just go ahead and fast forward it. It does, what did we get up to? 45, so I do have a turbo on it. Both my setups have a turbo, but you'll notice I'm only hitting 41 with a turbo. Yikes! Could you imagine without the turbo, I'd be probably going backwards in time. I'd probably go back to the game I just played before and show up in that thing. I'm so damn slow. We're going to come over here. You know, it's got the big tumor, so that, you know, that's a problem. As far as hold down goes, it's got great gun depression, a little bit of spaced armor because of the shovel. It's not amazing. I would say it's relatively heavily armed for a tier 8 medium, but of course we're matching up against 9s and 10s right here. And then I've got the big tumor on the Nugget, you know? So what you got to do in a game like this is just try to stay out of the way of people shooting you, which probably goes without saying, but oh geez, what is this guy doing? You know, I like it when players do this. It's very helpful. It's some free damage. I mean, what was the plan? My only assumption there, probably some of you are already starting to type, but I don't know, maybe he had that spotting mission where, you know, spot 2 vehicles or something. 3 vehicles, 10, be the most spotted. I don't know. Something that he felt he could just YOLO and then get back to his beer or coffee or wife or children or a horrible life or whatever he's doing. She, they, them, all of them. All right. Yep. We like to get here because if they try to make a push across and we get free damage on them. I do not want to poke on all of these big guns, but I just noticed. So that's kind of why I zoom out when I'm watching this stuff, guys. What I'm looking for is I'm watching these markers. Now, there could be someone else there, but I don't think so, because look how many guys we had come around the corner, right? So I see them go there. I know they're spotting. There's shots fired, and both those markers move back, and that makes me feel like I can just do this. And I can do that right there. Thank you very much. Not even looking at me. Oh, he takes a big old hit. Now, we've noticed the WZ-111-6 there. There is one arty in the game. So when there's zero for sure, when there's one arty, you'll have people more willing to do this. If there's two or more, very few people are going to do what these three or that WZ are doing, because you're just asking to get thumped by arty. But I caught that in mid-flight. We're about to get a little 53-55 loving there for the WZ-111. Does he get hit? Let's find out. Oh, that was actually coming at our guys. Never mind. What? Did he miss? Wow. Did he just shoot a non-stun missile? Shoot a non-stun shell. Must have been. Maybe that was an AP. Don't know. In any event, there was no stunnage going on. All right. The relative angulation of the triangulation arculation. I did not catch that very well. Uh-oh, M3Y dead. Well, there's a tier 8 heavy getting a little too spicy. Some other things to pay attention to when you're in this brawl on this map, because you're going to want to try to get away from this quickly if it goes badly. It doesn't for us. This will be more of a factor for the green team or the purple team. Both the green team and the purple team have very capable fallback positions to punish. I think the purple has a little bit better fallback than the green does, but both can do it. What you're looking for is to pay attention to where the rest of your tanks are. We have an ISU, 152, GSOR, and T-44 on the enemy team down there. If we look at what's lit, we know where every tank is, or at least we did at one point, which means that they have virtually all of their tanks, minus the dead 1390 here, minus 3 of them, and an arty. We have a Grill, a ISU 152, and unfortunately a Renegade. And then the Airac 105 PR, sort of keeping the guys in the south busy. So we're actually a bit overmatched over here based on numbers. But it's even enough that it's not a big deal. You just take that into consideration, look at that and go, okay, I don't have any real big issues anywhere else. I kind of know where everything is. So if I make a push or I try to do what the contender's doing, I know I'm really walking into a bit of a buzzsaw here because they have a lot of tanks. Now our Leopard, our Leopard used to be on that corner. It's not a great tank for that, guys. It's a very lightly armored medium. The good news is it was fast enough to make it there. Looks like the M3Y was poking. Yeah, he poked around that corner. So he made it there, but then he decided to come back and get thumped. I like that position because it creates a crossfire. It keeps the guys over here, the 110E5 Tornwagen crew, all these guys on this corner, it keeps them honest and doesn't allow them just to come around the corner and start dealing with him or maybe these guys. If you time it right, you can pop out and shoot. The Leopard's problem is, one, he doesn't have any kind of turret armor at all, and there's 3 of them there. But there's 4 of them there. So really, someone's going to be looking at you when you try to make that little peeky poke there, and he paid the price. Sometimes just being alive in there is better than trying to get damage. And maybe you just sort of poke just enough that they see the front of your gun. Remember, one of the spots is on the front of the gun, so if you got a wall and you just sort of poke the gun spotting point forward and pull back, you'll probably light those guys up. You'll be able to let everyone know what they're doing, and they won't really get a great shot at you. And then they kind of think about it, like, do I really want to just sort of sit here without paying attention to what the Leopard's doing? I see this guy sitting here, very bad position for him. I'm going to thump him. I don't want to give him a free shot necessarily. There we go. Oh man, look at him. There we go. All right. Very glad I didn't bounce off the mantlet, although that tank has a very small mantlet or gun or something. I thought about backing up and over, but then the 110E5 was there and he was not going to let me do that. Then I'm starting to see the 110E4 and the can opener making a move here. Now, if we can peel this WZ-111-6 out of there, and we've got some snippers up here to help, and this contender to harry them. If we can do that, we got these guys on that ramp in a seriously bad position. I'm just going to accept that I might get shot here, guys. I just want to take hit points from that guy. There we go. I bounced the Conway. Nice. Okay, good, good. Hey, fellas, how come we're not killing them? Somebody kill these guys. Oh, Tornbogen's making a move, thinking about it. It's got a little messier than I like, but maybe we can kill him here. There we go. 110 puts a big thump. Down goes the Conway from the what, 5120, who was waiting for the opportunity back there. So you got to love that. We also have a 705, kind of keeping these guys honest. They just can't come boiling around the corner. And look at that. The XM actually went over there during my little fight, and I completely missed it. But he's there as well. So we really are putting a crunch on them. And, of course, if you look at what's happened, they've lost a bunch of tanks right there. Their defenders got shredded by our Camperinos over there. It looks like even... Did our Grill A moved up, did he? Where'd he go? Oh, geez. The Grill made an absolute... I forgot about the Grill and his epic attack. Very nice. Now, I'd love to talk to the Grill player. My assumption here is that he also used his brain and looked at where everything was lit and realized there really wasn't anything kind of watch in the middle, especially after we killed a couple down there on their camping spot where our air rack is getting some nice assist with the campers over there. He probably helped do that. Then when he counted noses, he said, you know, they're all stuffed up there. I think I can swing around behind these guys and really create an opening for the rest of my guys up there. And between that and us just sort of winning here, it just becomes a romple at this point. So I've got 1,549. I'm in a tier 8. So show you what I'm doing. Oh, not quite enough sideways on the turret. Such a bummer. Let's kill this guy. No, okay, we'll kill him. We'll do it. Nope, they'll kill it. Never mind. But I got spotting damage. I don't understand that, but okay. 469 spotting damage. All right, come in here. We'll put a little shot in the lower plate, trying to track. Oh, no damage, but I did track. Is he going to fix it? He did fix it. Why, you bugger? Let's track him again. No, of course not. Crit damage, no track. Okay, I don't know. I don't know why these things happen. Damage, yes. All right, so back up. There we go. Working with the 120. Get in there, buddy. Okay, good. Another track. Great. Oh, thanks, can opener. Why did he just not go around? Dude, go around. Like, come on, man. Oof. That hurt. And that's the danger when you're a tier 8 and you're taking on tier 10s. Like, can opener, dude. Just go over. You have all kinds of hit points. Why are you pushing through people? I bet he's in sniper mode. That's usually what happens there. I mean, sometimes they just push into you, but if he was zoomed out enough and saw you, he probably didn't want to get caught up on me. He probably wanted to get by me. But guys will drive around in sniper mode, and they just ram into the guy behind them. There we... Oh, boo. And I take another E75. He's got the small gun, too. Picks me to shoot. One of the dangers of being the low-tier guy helping the push is people will prioritize you because it's easy damage. You don't have much armor. You're the tier 8. They figure they're about to die, so they'll just take the damage off the easy one to pin. And we end up with 1,976, 339. And the big one... actually, we're going to get more damage out of this. I forgot about this. One of the big things about getting an ace tanker is shooting higher tier guys, which there were plenty of them here, and I shot a good number of them. Assist against higher tier guys and kills. And then being close when you're fighting. I believe actually doesn't. I think so. Close. Don't close in. Fights give you more experience for the damage. I believe so. I had to whine. Heavies, if you don't want to be in front, quit ramming the ones who are from behind. I think that needs a so to speak, fellas. Stay out of the way, Junior. I said, you first, hero. Hey, man, you know what? I like a little bit of trash talk. I really do. No one's swearing. There you go, Fern. I like that. So good on it, man. You had good humor about it. I think we both had good humor about it. You know, doing that passive-aggressive son and boy and all that BS. It's fun. All right, we got another kill, guys, and popped it up above 2,000. So 2,134, 339 assists, and 4 kills. Ends up being an ace tanker, which the requirements aren't super high on this tank. for obvious reasons, not a fantastic tank, and I don't think a lot of people are raging around attempting to 3-mark it consistently. And it's top tier, so I got extra experience. So pretty good experience, 1200, I think, something like that, but not amazing. There's plenty of tanks with more requirements for an ace tanker. But a fun little battle right there. Pretty standard for how it goes up in the northwest on El Haluf. It obviously helps that the other flank was fine. We were light a tank or two up there, but it didn't matter. And then when the Grill made his push, we were already kind of winning, but when the Grill made his push, it just collapsed that defense. One thing they did not do very well is fall back. If you have a couple big TDs, fall back into this general area back here, and we're pushing up and over the hill or down this lane here, you can do some good work, especially if your dudes still have any hit points left and can hold it for a while. You can do the same thing on the other side. So fairly even match as far as the map selection goes. It for even balanced map play, it's a good map for that. I'm not a huge, massive fan of it, but I don't hate it. I think the brawl is interesting enough, and there's enough ways to get different angles on it that it's not as mind-numbing as some of the channelized brawls are, because it's up in the corner and there are a couple ways to go about it. It's not fantastic, but it's not, like I said, as mind-numbing as some of the other ones are. All right, guys, that is all I've got. Have a fantastic day, and we will see ya.